Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to another episode of Fan Talk. We're back in season 2. K Branch with you on this wonderful, wonderful, almost autumn evening. We're getting close to fall. It's my favorite season. Football is kind of the opening up to fall. It's an intro into fall. I love fall. I love the colors of the leaves changing. I love Halloween. My birthday's in the fall. Football's in the fall, and the weather gets cooler, sweater weather. It's just a good time. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find Fan Talk on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, I currently am sitting at 80 subscribers. I would like to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month. Today is September 12th, so we have about a little less than 3 weeks to do that. So if you guys don't mind, go like this video on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to 100 subscribers by the end of the month, and that would be awesome. I've had this YouTube channel for a long time, and I'm super grateful for everyone who watches and comments and kind of supports me in this crazy journey that I'm on, and I'd love the continued support. So go smash that subscribe button. As the YouTubers say, you don't have to smash it. Do whatever you want. Tap it, lick it, maybe don't lick it, but go subscribe. 100 subscribers by the end of the month. All right, let's hop right in. I'm wearing the Farmington Patriot Day 5K. I ran a race over the weekend, did pretty well, felt pretty good. Obviously, we had the 9/11 this weekend. Shout out to all our servicemen out there, all the firefighters and first responders who responded on that very tragic day, and of course to honor all those lives that were lost on that sad day of 9/11. We appreciate the sacrifices that were made by the firefighters and the first responders, and our hearts go out to those who suffered some tragic losses during that time. But I ran the race for Patriot Day. We did the day of service. We did some good things. And we had some good football this weekend. Let's just jump right in. Let's talk about things. I'm going to do a little segment called Right and Wrong, Overreactions, different things like that. So first and foremost, I do picks. We'll get to the picks a little later. I pick the outcome of each game. We'll do that a little bit later. This last week, I went 9-7, so 9 correct picks and 7 incorrect picks, and then I'll just keep total the rest of the year. It should be good. So big right and wrong overreactions. I did not see Joe Burrow's poor performance. The whole team, the whole Bengals team, poor performance. I did not see that coming. I will be frank with you. I did not see that coming. The Browns slaughtered them 24-3. And I went back and watched some previous episode, and I realized I had my facts wrong. The Browns actually have Joe Burrow's number. He's actually 1-4, now 1-5 against the Browns in his career. In last week's video, I wrongly said that he has only lost to them once. He's actually only beaten them once. So Burrow does not do good in Cleveland town, and I think there's a lot that they need to figure out. Obviously, Joe Burrow had that injury, and maybe that set him back. It also is just week 1. A lot of what I'm going to say could be overreactions. They could not be. Week 1 doesn't make or break the whole season. As you will see, there was a lot of stuff that happened week 1 that may have fans concerned, may have them on edge, and may also have some fans thinking that they're going to win Super Bowl 59. So let's just make sure that we're all good. Super Bowl 58, excuse me. That we're all good and that we all know what we're talking about. So I did not see that coming. I do think the Bengals will bounce back. They're not going to, struggle the whole season. They might have some issues. They might not be as good as last year. We might see them take a step back. But that's just week 1. That's just week 1. Some other things that I noticed. Obviously, Kansas City missing Travis Kelce. We'll talk about him in a second. The New York Giants did not score a point, got blown out 40-0. I do think the Giants may need to be alarmed a little bit that they weren't able to put up any points. They pay Daniel Jones first. They pay him a large sum of money before they pay Saquon. And Saquon's, threatening to sit out. But then he comes back. They work out a deal. And then Daniel Jones goes out there. And kudos to him for finishing the game. I think what he was doing is saying that I'm with this team through the thick and thin. Even if we're down 40-0, it's downpouring rain here at MetLife Stadium. We're getting roasted. We're getting destroyed. And he hung in there. Did not do his best. Did not play well. Probably about the worst game you could ever have. And they lose 40-0. I don't want to overreact about Dallas. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is their year, Super Bowl year. Really good defense. Their offense really didn't have to do that much because their defense literally had a blocked kick return for a touchdown, a pick six, 7 sacks, fumble recoveries. The defense and special teams pretty much won that game, which is pretty incredible. 40 points all from defense and special teams. Obviously, Dak, played fairly decent, and the Cowboys hung in there and, dominated. But I'm not going to overreact and say the Dallas Cowboys are Super Bowl favorites, and I'm also not going to overreact and say the Giants' season is done. Again, like the Bengals, they may be taking a step back, but they're not going to go 4-13. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to win some games. They're going to be competitive. Their defense, respectively, is pretty good, too. They were just on the field for a while, and, it's hard to play defense when your offense literally, the drive is 2 plays, and it's an interception after you get back on the field. So I'm not going to overreact on that. I'm also not going to freak out about the Denver Broncos. They lost to the Raiders for the 7th straight time, which is very frustrating for me as a Denver Broncos fan. A, because it's the Raiders and you hate losing to the Raiders. B, the casual fan may think that since Sean Payton's there, all the problems will be solved. That's just not the case. Will Lutz, missed a PAT and missed a field goal. There was very little pressure on Jimmy Garoppolo. The defense is not very, deep. And penalties seriously kill a team, especially late. And then the third, again, it's week 1. Denver is going to take some time, They're not going to be ready week 1 to be Super Bowl contenders. It might not even be this season, And so week 1, I'm not gonna freak out about anything that much. I'm just gonna kind of observe. I'm not gonna overreact. I'm gonna see where are the red flags, where are the green flags, and what's a beige flag. And honestly, I think for the Denver Broncos, really positive on offense. Russell Wilson's looking good. Sean Payton, good coach. There might be some red flags there with the kicker, with Will Lutz, and with the defense. We'll see week 2. I'm actually going to go to Denver for that game against the Washington Commanders. More on that in just a little bit. Okay, I want to talk about some things to look out for this week. So, number 1, obviously, and you'd be surprised that I'm 8 minutes into this video and I haven't even talked about Aaron Rodgers being out for the year. I think what to look out for, biggest thing, so Aaron Rodgers, unfortunate injury, he's gone. Crazy game on Monday night. Jets taking down the Bills. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see Aaron Rodgers going out after 4 snaps. And he's done for the season, so Zach Wilson's going to take the reins again in that tough environment of New York. And so what to look out for, let's see. This is pretty much Zach Wilson's year to prove that he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. They kind of have to. There's no other viable options. He has to be the guy. And I do think Aaron Rodgers will come back. Whether he comes back or not, Zach Wilson needs to prove to the rest of the NFL that he belongs there. And whether his future is with the New York Jets or with another team, there's a lot on his shoulders. So I'd look out for him to play consistently well. They have a really good defense. They have good weapons. It's just going to come back to quarterback play, and that's why they went out and got Aaron Rodgers in the first place. It's because Zach historically has not been able to do that, so he has to prove it this year. I know there's a lot of Zach Wilson haters out there. I know there's also a lot of Zach Wilson lovers out there, and we'll see. We'll see what he does and how he does. Another thing to look out for is Travis Kelce supposedly talking to Taylor Swift. Oh, wait. That is not the headline I was supposed to read. Travis Kelce, will he play this week against Jacksonville? There we go. That's what I meant to say. I don't know where that other one came from. Rumors. They are playing Jacksonville. Kansas City obviously had an abysmal night in the receiving department. A lot of drop passes. Patrick Mahomes is seriously like, what am I working with here? Like, this is crazy. We will see if he comes back. If he comes back, that offense is significantly better. They're dangerous. They're scary. If not, this team can lose. This team has shown the world their weakness. And that is, if they don't have explosive offensive players, then they don't win. So look out for that. Also look out for me on television. I'm going to try to get on television, as I mentioned before. I'm going to the Denver Broncos game this week in Denver. We'll see how that goes. And I'd say the last thing is to look and see if Joe Burrow bounces back. See if the Cincinnati Bengals can kind of get their act together and, get out of that week 1 slump. Like it could have just been a slow start. It could have just been poor weather. It could have been a variety of things, or there could be some serious problems. Too early to judge. We need about 2 or 3 weeks to really see if a team's in deep water or if they're just off to a slow start. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. So watch Joe Burrow and the Bengals and their progress. Okay, now let's jump right into the pick section. If you're new here, I make picks every single week for every NFL game based on what I've seen and what I think will happen. Last week, I went 9-7, 9 correct picks and 7 incorrect picks, and then I'll just keep a running total throughout the season. So let's jump right into it. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. These games are going to be fun. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles struggled a little bit. They went off to a hot start against the Patriots because, a couple turnovers. But they let the Patriots get back into that game and one toe tap away from potentially losing that game against the Patriots. Minnesota at Philadelphia. Give me the Minnesota Vikings to pull an upset off here on Thursday Night Football in Philadelphia. The Vikings looked good. They just had one too many mistakes against the Buccaneers and dropped their home opener. I think they bounce back this week and do not go 0-2. Give me the Minnesota Vikings. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Jordan Love, really impressive. First quarterback to start for the Green Bay Packers since, 1992 or something? Other that was not named Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. He played really well. He owned the Bears. They had a great win. Green Bay at Atlanta. I'm looking for Green Bay to win their second in a row and beat Atlanta. Atlanta had a good rushing attack with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. But I like the Packers in this one. Las Vegas at Buffalo. Vegas looked pretty decent, honestly. But Buffalo looked very bad. At least Josh Allen did. Their defense played well. Josh Allen needs to clean up his mistakes. I do think the Bills bounce back and win this one. I don't see the Raiders going 2-0. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I think before last week I would have picked Cincinnati to win this game, but I'm going to pick Baltimore. I think Baltimore is very strong. Lamar Jackson's back. He's got some weapons. They played well against the Texans. Their defense played well. And Cincinnati Bengals are going to continue their slow start, I think. I think they eventually will come around, but I think they lose this game and drop to 0-2. Give me the Ravens. Seattle at Detroit. Detroit's going to win this game. Seattle looked kind of flat against the Rams. I'm surprised the Rams beat them. I was totally wrong there. I thought Seattle would have a walk in the park win. I like the way the Lions play. Give me the Lions for that win. That game's 11 a.m. on Fox, live from Detroit. Chargers at Tennessee. Man, that Chargers-Dolphins game was the best game of the week. I was right about that. It was going to be the most fun to watch, and it was. Holy cow, Tyreek Hill's a monster. Tua played very well. Justin Herbert is a baller as well. Give me the Chargers to beat the Tennessee Titans. Chicago at Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay in this one. Give me the Buccaneers. Baker looked really good. He's still got a lot of weapons. That defense is strong. Give me Tampa Bay. The Bears continue to struggle. Kansas City at Jacksonville. I think this comes down to if Travis Kelce plays or not. If he plays, the Chiefs win. If he doesn't, the Jaguars win. That is my pick. Simple as that. Whichever way it's going to go. Colts at Houston Texans. This one's tough because neither team looked that great. Both rookie quarterbacks, both struggling. I think if Anthony Richardson is good to go, I think the Colts win this one. I just think they're the better team of the two. So give me the Colts. San Francisco at the Rams. Man, the Rams own the 49ers. I'm going to pick the Rams. That's my upset pick of the week. Rams over 49ers. Matthew Stafford says, no way, Kyle Shanahan. I am your father. New York at Arizona. That's going to be a bleep show. I'm going to say the Giants. Give me the Giants to beat Arizona. I think they actually score some points this week, and they bounce back from their horrible 40-0 loss. Jets at Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys to win this one. This game would have been really fun if Aaron Rodgers was still around. Facing off against Dak Prescott and that tough defense, that would have been a really fun game. I'm going to take Dallas in this one. Zach Wilson, good luck. Dallas's defense is coming for you. Washington Commanders at Denver. I really want to say the Denver Broncos in this one. The Commanders barely squeaked past the Arizona Cardinals. I think Denver's only going to get better. They need to clean up some things, but I like Denver. Give me the Broncos. Win that first game. I'm going to be there. Win it for me. My first NFL game. I'll let you know how it goes next week. Dolphins at at Patriots for Sunday Night Football. I like the Dolphins in this one. Tua put up a show. I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 30-plus points again against this Patriots team. Might be a shootout. Give me the Dolphins. And then we have a doubleheader on Monday night. The Saints at Panthers and Browns at Pittsburgh. First one, I like the Saints to win against the Panthers. Bryce Young really doesn't have that much help. They're going to struggle all year. They might be the bottom of the league. Give me the Saints. Browns at Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh to win this one. Kenny Pickett didn't impress me. And I'm very hesitant to say Pittsburgh, but it's at home. Heinz Field, now called Acrisure Stadium. I think Pittsburgh squeaks by this one and beats the Browns, but it could go either way. The Browns look really good. This might be a pick that I regret, but I'm going to stick with the Steelers. So there you have it. Those are the picks for Week 2. I can't believe Week 2 is almost already here. NFL season's in full swing. Show me which team you represent. Comment down below. And please subscribe. Help me get to 100 subscribers before the end of the month. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. And let's go. Cue the music.